In this video, we're going to take a look at another Navy SEAL knife from the folks at First Edge, the 5150 field knife. Coming up on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. So, the folks at First Edge Knives were kind enough to send me another one of their knives, which is being issued to the Navy SEALs. This is the 5150 field knife. And I'm not a military person, so I'm really not sure what all this stuff means, but according to my contact at First Edge Knives, this knife is now being included in some kind of kit that is issued to the Navy SEAL team. So it is the real deal. It's not just a name only Navy SEAL knife. This is actually approved and used by the Special Warfare Group of the United States Navy. And it's a really cool knife. We took a look earlier on this channel at the survival knife, which is a little bigger and beefier than this. Quick backstory on this knife. I actually first met the guys at First Edge at SHOT Show 2016 this year. And while I was talking to them, they told me that this knife was designed for the BUDS training that they do, I guess, to become a Navy SEAL that you have to go through. And that the instructors that actually came back to them after trying this knife out and said they liked it, but it was really too good. I know that sounds kind of hokey, but bottom line what they're saying is that this LMAX steel holds an edge so well and is so corrosion resistant that the people going through the training did not have the opportunity to learn how to maintain their knife, and they wanted something that was going to be not quite as robust. So they actually created a second version of this knife using I think 440 stainless, which is still pretty good steel, but it's not of the quality of LMAX, and that knife's a little bit less money. Not a lot, because most of the cost is not necessarily in the materials, but it's in the manufacturing. But that's the quick backstory. That's just a little rambling. Sorry, I can't help myself. But this knife that we're looking at today is the LMAX steel version. It's the original, and it is a very, very nice knife. And what I thought we'd do is just take a quick look at it. I'm not at my usual studios. You can see I'm kind of out in the woods, so I don't have the high-tech facilities that we have. There's no stump here, okay, bottom line. So we can't do the old stump top thing. So what I thought I would do is just go ahead and just show you this knife in close-up detail, and we'll talk about the specs as we go. Okay, so first of all, this knife features about a 5.5 inch kind of clip point style blade, again of LMAX steel. It has an 11 inch overall length, and it features a textured G10 handle slabs with a lanyard hole. The knife is 0.21 inches thick, hardened to 60 to 61 Rockwell hardness. The knife by itself is 13.4 ounces. With the sheath is a pound and a quarter, and has a kind of a exposed striking pommel here. All the hex fasteners here are stainless steel, and it's black oxide finish on both the blade and the fasteners, so you got a really low light signature here. There's not going to be a lot of gleam there, which is kind of fitting for, I guess, a Navy SEAL knife, right? The other thing I really want to show you about this knife is the sheath. And again, if you've seen the survival knife video, I won't go into this too much, but this sheath is actually designed. This is what started the relationship of First Edge with the Navy SEALs. Is they were looking for a sheath that would not crack and disintegrate under cold weather conditions, because the kydex they were using, when it gets really cold, plastics become brittle, and it was just breaking off. And basically, you got your knife in the sheath, well, the bottom's gone, and you got a blade hanging down. So not a good situation to be in. So what First Edge did was they came up with this two-piece sandwich kydex sheath with a big heavy-duty nylon belt strap on back, and then I don't know if you can really kind of see that in there, but right inside that sheath there's a very thin layer of stainless steel here, and then it's open at the bottom with a drain hole right there. But what happens is, if it does crack from cold weather, that stainless steel will hold it together, so the sheath stays in one place. And the Navy actually liked that so much, they asked him to design a knife to go with sheath, and then it took off from there. So I think it's a really cool knife and a really cool sheath. Now let me, something else I think is really cool. Hopefully my camera will focus in on this. Man, the fit and finish on this knife is just, man, that is completely smooth right there. Just the attention to detail is very, very good. The handle's got a little bit of a swell there. Again, I wear medium-sized gloves, so this handle is almost perfect for me. The survival knife handle is a little beefier than this. Actually, I like this one probably a little better than survival knife. It's not quite as thick through here, but it's still got a nice little thickness in the blade. Nice sharp point for pointy stuff. So without any more rambling, let's get to doing some of that knife stuff. And even though we are not in my normal state-of-the-art cutting-edge testing facility, I believe we'll still figure out a way to check the balance. Okay, so I'm gonna try to make sure everything stays in camera, but got the knife here, and I've actually got some different types of wood here we're gonna mess with a little bit. I believe this is old dead oak. We'll try to chop it. Yeah, it's oak, for sure. Let's zoom it back up there. Let's try a little cross-grain batoning. Stronger than my baton. Let's see. All right. Get you down and see if we can carve some feathers here. Say it's a very, very sharp knife. Got a lot of heft right here. That part is really solid. This also feels really like a really sharp spine, so we'll check that out in a minute too, but let's just see. Let's see if we can just thing a little bit in half here, maybe. Get a corner somewhere. I like corners for feathers myself. Well, look at that, all the way in half. Let's see if we, oh yeah, look at that. Now see if we get a little better. We got something to start with. Oh, you got to see that. Look at that. Is that not just a thing of beauty? Okay, so definitely got some curls going on there. So you know where we're going next with this, right? I don't know if you can see, but I've been trying already and I forgot to push the record button. It's putting out some good sparks, but this wood is not cooperating. We're going to give it another shot now with the record buttons on and see if we can maybe get some fire going here. Okay, you can see that it's working. There we go, finally. Starting to burn, burn baby burn, come on. There we go. Okay, so, whew, yeah, it's not burning very strong though, so it's obviously this wood was not very flammable, but we're gonna call it done. And let me, just to be safe here, because we're out in the middle of the woods, we'll go ahead and make sure we don't have any issues. Okay, so that was some quick knife stuff with it. Again, I'm not at my usual testing facility. I thought it'd be a good idea to come out in the woods and give you some different scenery. As it turns out, it's really easier to do my knife testing in the controlled laboratory environment of my state-of-the-art testing facility. But it did, you know, we crossed baton through some oak and did pretty good. I beat the heck out of it pretty good, broke the baton, hit it that hard. Really good job on feathering. It's got, again, just a really good edge. The edge retention on this L-Max is just phenomenal. And it does strike a ferro rod pretty good. You can see that it definitely kind of messed up the finish a little bit there. Now it's time for what I would consider one of the most critical parts of the knife testing, and that is the balance test. So let's get to it. I'm beating the heck out of this thing trying to get it calibrated, and it's doing just fine, but calibration is not. Okay. Finally. Okay, this one took a little dialing in, but once we got it properly calibrated, it is very well balanced. So let's wrap this up. Once again, this is the First Edge 5150 field knife. Features L-Max steel G10 handles and an edge that'll split an atom. This is really nice knife. Not to mention the very well-made, highly functional sheath here. Chuck Norris can hear sign language. The list retail price on this thing is about $325, so it is not a cheap knife, but I can honestly say I think this is a knife that will probably last you your entire life, and it's one of those deals you only have to buy it once. First Edge, by the way, has an excellent warranty. Basically, this knife is covered for any reason for a lifetime. Excellent warranty. So once again, thanks to the folks at First Edge for sending me this knife so I could show it to you. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking that thumbs up, for sharing this video with all your friends. And thank you so very much for doing all your Amazon shopping through the Survival on Purpose links. survivalonpurpose.com/Amazon, or any of the gear links in the video descriptions take you right to Amazon. You buy your stuff just like normal at the same price as normal. You can use Prime like normal, and anything you buy just helps benefit the channel just a little bit, and I really appreciate your support. So once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident. So be prepared. I'll see you next time. In this video, we're going to take another knife, but now it's time for what I consider one of the most critical fish. So the First at full stage. We're not level. Did I really just say real deal Navy SEAL?